Hi everyone, my name is Zach. That's David. He's a little bit sick today, so he's not talking a lot. So our idea is Stocr, and I'll just tell you a little bit about my background quickly so you guys understand how I put this idea together. My background's agribusiness. I've been a rep in the industry for quite a while, about 20 years, and I've seen how hard it is for farmers to be able to buy stuff and grow things and make a profit. So that's how this idea came about. When I was selling things to farmers, I could see they were struggling to make a profit and deal with the big chains and deal with the Brisbane markets, wholesale markets, and make a living doing what they do. So if everybody's had dinner here tonight or lunch or breakfast, we all owe our farmers a big round of hand. Like, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't eat, and wouldn't eat safely. You know?
Yay, farmers.
So the problem right now is farmers come across daily is rising input costs. So fertilizers, seeds, chemicals, fuel, electricity, there's a whole heap of them, but they're probably the 5 most common ones we encountered when we did our survey, that they continuously keep rising. So, and in last 2 years that I've sort of had this idea, I've continuously asked my customers as a rep, like, what is it that you guys are having trouble with? Like, what if there was a way they could actually buy something and be the same thing but be cheaper? It will help you in the end when you go to sell your product. And they all said yes. And if there was a service, would you use it? And they said yes. And would you be willing to pay a small monthly fee to use it? And they still said yes. But some said maybe, depending on what it is and what the outcomes are. So the cost of operating a farming business is huge. It depends on pests and diseases and what other issues farmers have to put up with, weather, hail. If they get a cyclone, the roof covers blow off plastic, off the roofs in North Queensland, and there's thousands of dollars in replacement costs, and obviously the cost of production goes with it. So the solution we're offering is a procuring solution that's easier, faster, and cheaper for them to be able to get what they want from the suppliers they're buying it from now without any issues. It's a simple transaction. It's an online marketplace that connects the farmers and the growers with suppliers that they want to do business with, and suppliers that want to do business with them. So what we want to do is essentially have a network of thousands of farmers leveraging the combined buying power of each other, so they can buy things that they're normally paying $50 for, they can buy it for $40. Or, if a big guy's buying something for $100 and a small guy's buying for $150, we can help the little guy out a little bit more. So the research that I've done over the last years since I've had this idea is that there is a demand for this service. Farmers do need it, they are struggling, and the suppliers obviously want to get more business, but it's kind of hard for them to go there, put another rep on, and have that extra money coming in when they can't really afford to. There's also 4 similar startups across the globe: USA, France, India, and UK. The USA one, which is Farmers Business Network, that's been backed by Google Ventures for about $22 million a few months ago. Fairly similar concept. Everyone in the UK, it's called Y-Agro, France is Agroeconomy, and India is Agro-Pages, and they're all doing things a little bit differently. But the global potential to market a service across the globe is huge, and within Australia, it's massive. It's a $7 billion market alone. And obviously we've got New Zealand just across the road. How we're going to get customers is through trade shows, social media, existing relationships I have with customers and suppliers, webinars and podcasts, farmers associations, and cold calling. And we have customers and suppliers ready to sign up. How we're going to make money is a monthly subscription model for farmers, a yearly subscription for suppliers, and a suppliers transaction of average 10%. Different products have different transaction fees from 5 to 20%, but average is 10%. And the first year we estimate to be about $500,000 if we're working off fairly conservative figures. And why us? We've got 20 years experience in agriculture, Dave's got a lot of experience in marketing combined, and we've got the passion to bring change. That's it.
fun, and I really do hope that you get to change your job.
Thank you.
It's a hard space, and you're right, farmers have done it very tough for a long period of time. So one of the challenges, you talked about farmers doing it tough, so let's maybe just go straight to the number that worried me the most, which is 10%. And so most farmers and suppliers, in fact, the average margin on for the suppliers of those products is actually 8%. So if they're giving up 10, then they've got a real problem. But they're big volume. So have you thought deeply about the supply?
I have. I've talked to some suppliers, and I've got agreements with some suppliers already. The reason we're only going to be charging like an average $300 a year subscription fee for the supplier, and we're not charging them any more money to be able to go out there and market their product. So they don't have to pay holiday pay, sick pay, annual leave, or any kind of super or anything to us. It's commission based. So essentially, in return for that, to market your product, we're asking for a minimum of 10%. And the guys that I've talked to have happily sort of given that so far.
What sort of products were they?
One is a chemical supply company, so working with one of the farm craft stores. One's three nursery supplies to the industry. To the nursery industry, supplies to the nursery industry. One of them is a fairly large, big monopoly, and a couple other associated nursery and hydroponic supplies.
And how do you get the farmers to aggregate? Like, how do you convince them to do it? Because there's actually a lot of carnage. Like Farm Shed had $150 million spent on it and failed, and it failed because farmers didn't engage. So why?
I think farmers don't like, from experience and from talking to farmers, they don't like industry bodies because they don't think they do much at all. And if you talk to farmers, they think that like it's a waste of time. And industry bodies, I don't think are doing a really great job of connecting the two. They're starting to, but I think they're still a long way. There's too much politics involved. From what I've seen and how they're working together, that's my real life experience.
No, but most commoditised markets, where there isn't a lot of differentiation between the products, they're all 8%.
Yeah, 8% number.
Almost, it's not just farming. Like that's pretty standard thing if you ever want to enter a commoditised market. It's tough. You had 500k of revenue. Was that to you, or was that throughput in your first year?
No, that's what we're predicting.
Okay, so what? Do you have relationships or
yeah, I've got existing.
Because it's another marketplace app. So is there a side of the market that you have a relationship to drive revenue with already?
As a side, as in existing relationship with suppliers and customers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I've been in the agribusiness for 20 years, but last 10 years it's been through farming, hydroponics, and nursery industry. So I've got customers ready to go. I've got suppliers ready to go.
And you've got a team of 2?
Yeah.
What happened to the rest of the team?
They all bailed out. I mean, my idea, I pitched it. It didn't get too many votes, but I still wanted to pursue my idea. That's why I came here. Like, I've been procrastinating for a long time. So I booked on Friday morning, and I was here Friday evening.
Good on you.
Good on you. And I said if I was going to come, I was going to pitch, and I was going to do my idea. And even though nobody people bailed out, I still wanted to do it. So Dave was the only one that stuck around. So
good on you guys.
Thanks. Just got one thing on your 8%. I'll take that absolutely. Where we thought we're getting sales in addition to whatever all their marketing and advertising efforts at the moment. So instead of spending more money on advertising and marketing, that they're not guaranteed in sales. They're only paying us a commission when they get a deal.
I was going to ask Mark, they're still resellers, right?
Yeah, still does. Yeah,
so there's margin there.
There's margin there, but then it gets rebated back. So you start off 16, you end up at 8. Like 8's the number. 10's too high.
Okay.
But the big volume stuff, right? You don't need to be at 10.
Thank you.
Okay. Nice.